In Hitman Contracts, the mission Traditions of the Trade features a ghost haunting the hotel in corridors as well as mirrors. The low-resolution graphics of this game never fails to make this ghost look creepier than it should. Funny enough, the player can actually kill this ghost with fiber wire. In Animal Crossing New Horizons, your TV can receive an alien broadcast under specific conditions. It must be Saturday, and it must be 3:33 AM. The static on your TV will fade away and reveal an alien who begins speaking an unknown language until 3:34, when your TV turns back to static. In the river between Leaflinks and downtown in GTA Vice City, two men can be found drowned and stripped of their clothing and wearing cement shoes. While the reason behind this has never been confirmed, it's implied that these men were killed by the Vice City Mafia. In Yume Nikki, if the player turns off the lights in Panico's house, there's a 1 in 64 chance of triggering the Uboa event. This event causes Panico to transform into a creature known as the Uboa. You cannot turn the lights back on, and interacting with the Uboa teleports you to the hellish white desert. When the Gameboy camera launched in 1998, it came equipped with a variety of mini-games that players could interact with using pictures of themselves. The main menu interface was designed like a standard JRPG, including a run button. Sometimes, if you press run, creepy doodled faces appear on screen with the text, "Who are you running from?" or "Don't be so silly." One of these faces shows a man putting a finger to his lips as if to shush the player while they attempt to run. It's never confirmed who these men are, but they're likely just Nintendo employees. When the Slenderman craze was still at the height of its popularity in the early 2010s, two games featured cameos from the creature. In Runner 2, Future Legend of Rhythm Alien, the Bushwacky level features Slenderman standing in the background, summoning his tentacles. Upon reaching the end of the level, the screen will slowly turn to static until Slenderman pulls off his iconic jump scare from Slender the 8 Pages. Meanwhile, in Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare, Slenderman can be seen standing in the wilderness on the map Zomboss Estate. In the Tactical Taco Party DLC, Slenderman can be seen getting eaten by a chomper. In the RPG Maker game Kanye Quest 3030, an NPC offers the player to type something to them. If the player types Ascend, they are transported to a secret area. Dialogue will then appear on the screen saying, "Congratulations, you have proven yourself to be an open-minded and curious thinker. We apologize for deceiving you, but we can reveal that the game you were playing until this point was a front constructed to protect what you are currently accessing. We must ask that you do not reveal this area to the public." The game then asks the player if they would like to participate in the program. By selecting yes, the player is then tasked to complete 34 puzzles, with each completion allowing them to ascend higher in the pyramid room. Upon completing the puzzles, the game then asks if the player would like to ascend even further. If yes is selected, the game will ask the player to input their address and notify them that they will be contacted in 2 weeks. In Yakuza 6, there are 10 photos you can find of deceased individuals. Once you have collected all 10 photos, taking pictures in specific locations on your phone will reveal a ghost when you go to review the photos. This is a reference to the real-life phenomenon where people often believe photography can reveal ghosts when they are otherwise invisible to the naked eye. In the Modern Warfare 3 campaign mission, Davis Family Vacation, a father is videotaping his wife and daughter on the day they're going to see Big Ben. A speeding truck stops on the sidewalk next to the family, and suddenly, it explodes as a terrorist attack. Infinity Ward later released the DLC map Sanctuary. In the cemetery area of the map, the player can go prone in 4 grass patches and will hear quotes from the wife and daughter moments before their death. In the Cayman's Province region of Ghost Recon Wildlands, there's a location called Child's Hut. In this area, you can find a single tent with a lone child jumping around. If the player approaches the boy, he will run away and suddenly vanish. Inside the tent, there's a document detailing what happened to the boy. While trying to help his mother wash clothes, the boy fell into a swamp and disappeared. It's said that since the boy fell into the swamp, it became a beautiful lake supporting aquatic life and fresh water. I'm not sure why so many Easter eggs deal with dead children, but I promise this is the last one. In Psychonauts, the player can enter a secret room owned by Mila, who was once a caretaker at an orphanage. In this room, the player can jump into the chest in the corner and enter Mila's repressed memories of the orphanage burning down when she left to go get groceries. Because Mila is telepathic, she could hear the voices of the burning children, which is exactly what the player hears when they enter this area.
Mila, where are you? Why did you let us die?
In Omori, there are a number of floating mirrors throughout the game that the player can interact with to see Omori and his friends smiling together. However, there's a 5% chance that looking into the mirror causes everyone's faces to become demonic with pitch black eyes and wide mouths. In the game Cry of Fear, the player is able to dial numbers on their cell phone. Of course, your first instinct might be to call 911 in this type of game, and players who do are left hearing what sounds like a scream and someone's bones being crushed. If the player uses the knife effect on a zipper tile while it has an unhappy expression in Yume Nikki, they are led to the Number World stairway. The stairway features a very disturbing looking creature, and upon opening the door at the end, this happens. Before entering some of the boss fights during Splatoon's single player mode, disturbing sounds can be heard if the player stops and waits. These range from deep monstrous moans to high-pitched screams. In Bully, you can hear the sound of a baby crying coming from one of the buildings in New Coventry. What makes this particular cry so ominous is that it almost sounds like it's echoing, which gives off this weird, otherworldly type of vibe.
Not so big now, are you?
In Harvest Moon Friends of Mineral Town, interacting with the TV at exactly 4:44 on any day will cause the TV to turn to static. A dialogue box will loop forever containing the number 4 and other Japanese text. The only way to fix this is by either resetting the game or moving the D-pad in a circle until it stops on its own. The reason this Easter egg was implemented is because in Japan, the number 4 is associated with death, and holds a similar meaning to the number 666 in the West. And that's it for the creepy video game Easter eggs Iceberg. I hope you were able to learn something new and really appreciate how creative developers get with Easter eggs. Isn't it weird how common games will feature creepy Easter eggs? If you think there's an Easter egg I should have included, or even want to share some of your own experiences with these Easter eggs, be sure to leave a comment. That's all from me until next time. Thanks and have a good one.